Hello everyone, I am Anay Pantoja. I will analyze the structure from the video first 360 degrees ESL classroom lesson. This is a first grade lesson on the student's first day. The class starts with a warm up. The teacher greets the students and tries to get their attention. Since it's their first day, the children are excited and a bit restless. The teacher uses simple gestures and warm voice to make them feel comfortable and build rapport. Then the teacher introduces the main topic, food. He uses colorful flashcards to present new vocabulary. He shows a picture of a hamburger, says the word, and encourages the students to repeat. He does the same with French fries, cola, and fried chicken. He repeats the word several times and asks questions like, "What is this?" to check understanding. This is the presentation stage. After that, the teacher moves to a production activity. He asks about preferences. "Do you like hamburgers?" The children responds yes or no, and some says full sentences. The teacher uses gestures and facial expression to keep them engaged. This is the most important part because students start using the language actively. Finally, the teacher closes the lesson. He reviews the vocabulary one more time, shows the flashcards, and asks the children to say the words. They respond correctly, and the teacher claps and praises them. Then he says goodbye and ends the class. Another important aspect of this lesson is the teacher's use of classroom management strategies. Since the students are young learners and it is their first day, the teacher uses a friendly attitude, repetition, and body language to maintain their attention. These strategies create a positive learning environment and help students feel confident when using English. In conclusion, this class follows a clear structure, a warm up, presentation, production, and closure. The transitions are smooth, and the teacher uses visual and repetition to help young learners. This structure guides students from listening to speaking effective. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Kevin Lucio, and today I'm going to analyze two types of multiple intelligence that can be found in a children's English class: logical mathematical intelligence and linguistic intelligence. According to Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence, students have different ways of learning and developing their abilities. In this case, I will explain how the teachers apply these two intelligence during the class activities and how they help children improve their English learning process. Logical mathematical intelligence. This type of intelligence is related to reasoning, problem solving, classifying information, recognizing patterns, and using numbers or logical process. In this class, the teacher applies this intelligence through activities that require children to think, organize information, and make connections between different concepts. For example, when students classify objects, identify differences, count elements, or follow a sequence of steps, they are using logical thinking. These activities are important because children are not only memorizing vocabulary, but they are also developing their abilities to analyze and find solutions. In an English class, logical mathematical intelligence can be used with games, matching activities, puzzles, ordering exercises, and simple questions where students need to think before answering. I think this intelligence is very useful because it makes learning more interactive and helps students understand that English is not only about remembering words, but also about using their reasoning skills. Linguistic intelligence. This intelligence is connected with the ability to use language effectively, communicate ideas, understand meanings, and express thoughts through speaking, listening, reading, and writing. In this class, the teacher develops linguistic intelligence by encouraging students to participate, repeat new vocabulary, answer questions, and communicate with their classmates. Through these activities, children practice pronunciation, improve their vocabulary, and become more confident when using English. For example, when students describe pictures, create sentences, sing songs, or have short conversations, they are used developing their linguistic abilities. The teacher creates opportunities for students to use English in a natural way, instead of only learning grammar rules. This intelligence is especially important in language learning because communication is the main goal of learning a new language. Children need opportunities to listen and speak in order to improve their fluency. To conclude, both logical mathematical intelligence and linguistic intelligence play an important role in children's English learning. Logical activities help students develop reasoning and problem-solving skills, while linguistic activities help them communicate and express their ideas. The teacher use of different activities shows that students can learn in different ways, and combining multiple intelligence creates a more complete and effective learning environment. Thank you for watching.
Okay, let's watch to the video. Okay. In this part of the class, the teacher uses a little song to teach his students how to ask, "How are you?" and answer that question. He demonstrates that he has a musical intelligence. The students show that they understand the topic, the class, because they like the song and repeat it over and over without getting bored. Musical intelligence plays a key role in this learning process because the melody and the rhythm help students to memorize the new phrases more easily, unlike rote repetition, only repetition. Singing activates multiple areas of the brain simultaneously, with reinforce both pronunciation and listening comprehension. Additionally, the uh, emotional engagement generated by the song reduce anxiety and increase motivation, increase confidence, making students more willing to participate. Students want to participate more. In this way, the teacher doesn't only transmit information. He creates a multisensory experience that facilitates long-term retention knowledge. Okay, let's watch the next video in another class, another technique. Okay. Okay. In this video, we see a group of children um around a table. where the number 49 is formed using sticks. The teacher tells them to move the sticks to create a larger number, a biggest number. The children immediately begin move the sticks. All the students achieve to form number biggest number than 49. This demonstrates that with the technique, children not only manipulate the sticks, but also develop their spatial and mathematical reasoning, mathematical skills. Especially intelligence aids learning because it allows children to understand the world through imaging, position, and movement. This trains their minds to visualize changes, visualize, anticipate outcomes, and solve problems using both their hands and eyes simultaneously.
Good morning. I'm going to talk about the bodily kinesthetic and interpersonal intelligences that can be observed in the video ESL classroom lessons. Well, the first thing that I notice in this video is that the students are very active in the class. They don't just sit and listen. They respond with gestures and raise their hands and pointing objects and following the teacher's actions also. The teacher also uses body languages that is so important in these classes and facial expressions to make the meaning of the words clearly. This shows bodily kinesthetic intelligence, I think, because the students learn through movements and physical participation, not only staying quiet and listening what a teacher says. I also observed some examples of personal intelligence when the teacher asks individual questions to students and gives them time to think before answering. The children here listen carefully and process the information and try to respond on their own thoughts. Overall, both intelligences are present throughout the lesson. Students learn through movements and interaction while also having opportunities to think a lot about a specific question or a specific context independently and build confidence in their own responses. And also, this helps to engage students to continue this learning process and get motivated on their participation.
Good afternoon, Professor. My name is Ranger Tiaga, and in this moment, I'm going to analyze how the teacher integrates interpersonal and natural intelligence into this kindergarten lesson about the animals. Okay, let me share my school with you. Let's have a little part of this video.
Does anybody know what this is? That's right. It's a cow. Cow. It's a cow. It's a cow. Cow.
Okay. First, let's look at interpersonal intelligence. As we can see on the screen right now, learning is not an insulated process. It's a highly cooperative. The teacher constantly fosters the peer interaction. Okay? For example, during the vocabulary games, the children have to collaborate, look at each other, listen to their classmates, and support their teammates to guess the correct answer. And they are not just learning English. They are practicing how to negotiate terms and communicate. The social interaction creates a secure environment, builds empathy, and helps them develop the essential social skills while practicing their English vocabulary naturally. Okay, let's analyze the natural intelligence. Now let me share my screen with you. In this part, exactly.
Okay, can you find the duck? Where's the duck? Quack, 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 quack. It's a duck.
Exactly. Now, moving on to naturalist intelligence, this class is a perfect example because the core topic revolves around the natural world. Look at how the teacher used these visual resources representing the wild and domestic animals. The children demonstrate high engagement because young learners are naturally drawn to living things. The teacher doesn't just show the flashcards, she encouraged the kids to mimic the animal behaviors, for example, the duck, 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 and connect the language to the environment. This stimulates their curiosity about the nature and allows them to classify the new vocabulary based on their exciting knowledge of the animal kingdom. By combining the interpersonal games with a naturalist topic, the teacher ensures that the lesson is both social, mindful, and deeply connected to students' work. In conclusion, these two intelligence work together to create an active and memorable language experiences for young children. Thank you so much for your attention. Bye.